Bowfishing Buzz Podcast, episode 109.
109, baby.
Woo-wee. Brought to you by
AMS and Megamouth Bowfishing, both family-owned businesses, proudly made in the USA, built tough, built by bowfishers, and trusted by shooters across the nation.
From reels and bows to arrows and accessories, AMS and Megamouth have you covered. Take the fight to invasive fish with American-made bowfishing muscle.
From first shots to big wins, AMS and Megamouth help make memories on the water that last a lifetime. Sponsored by N Designs,
Yes.
Leatherwork and Embroidery,
Ooh.
Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA. Matt, it is amazing to be back up in the booth. You guys just heard our new little AMS Megamouth commercial that we've been working on. Very fun, very cool to have that in there as well. But yes, brought to you by AMS and Megamouth. The sponsors, we just listed them. They're fantastic. We love that they're working with us, and we're back in the booth, man.
We're back in the booth, Smitty. Back in the booth.
Unfortunately, it's sad because I love our time up here every week, every other week, I should say, during the season. But we have moved on to our once-a-month portion of the podcast from September through usually March-ish time frame. Just season slows down a little bit.
Right.
Not as much to talk about, but we're absolutely going to be – these are going to be information-packed episodes when we have them because we do have a longer time to be able to talk about more things.
Right, absolutely. And Schmitty, it's September.
It is September.
There's a lot going on, man. Fall bow fishing is spectacular this time of year.
Absolutely. Absolutely is.
What's your favorite part about fall bow fishing?
Well,
if you have anything that you want to
absolutely,
speak on?
I would love to do this. One, and we obviously don't shoot as much in the fall, but when we do, it's always one. I love the temperature is so much nicer, especially this early fall time frame. At night it's upper 40s, maybe mid 50s. Lately, we've been in a heat wave here. It's been 60 degrees at night, but it's not hot. You don't have as many bugs to worry about. There's not as many people on the water. And let me just share a little side story, Matt. I've probably told this on the podcast before. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know what I was doing up on September 17th, I believe was the date.
Oh, geez. That is today.
Oh, wow.
That is today.
And this was September 17th years ago. And you called me because yourself and a friend of yours had just shot a whopper.
More than that years ago?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I mean, it was maybe 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And I ran to the shop and grabbed a scale and a camera, I believe, and I met you in a Walmart parking lot, and you guys had shot an 84, I believe, pound. It was an absolute tank of a buff. And just from some of the pictures and whatnot that we've seen, there are big fish being shot in Wisconsin, let alone all over the United States. But in Wisconsin, it is still a very, very good time to get out.
Absolutely.
It can be very fun. But, yeah, that's probably my favorite aspect of shooting in the fall.
You know what I like about it?
What do you like, Matthew?
The month of September. Okay, this is the month that we lose the most daylight.
Oh, yeah.
We lose 3 minutes every day. The month of September.
Oh, okay. I know what you're going to say. Yep.
Now, a month and a half ago, it didn't get dark until 9:45.
Yeah, it was crazy. Dark, like the shooting dark. Yeah.
Now, here in Wisconsin, we can turn the lights on. And I think it's like 7:30 already. We can turn the lights on. Probably before that, too.
Yep, I noticed that too when if you're in the deer woods hunting, archery opener just opened up here in Wisconsin, and you check those legal shooting hours just for a reference, and it is crazy. It'll be 7:32 next night, 7:29, 7:26. It's like, oh my gosh! In a week time, you're losing a lot of light. That really shows it too.
So I like that because you can get out there, do a lot of bow fishing. You look at your clock and it's 10:30.
Right.
Holy cow, it's early yet.
Yeah, not as late of a night.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like that. And I also like it because right now a lot of your vegetation is going to start dying off. For example, Castle Rock right now.
Yep.
I know there's some buffs in there right now, but some of them bays are so chock full of giant lily pads. I mean, the lily pads on there just get ginormous.
Yep.
You can see the fish in there because you can see the cattails or the lily pads bouncing.
Right.
You can't see them. Pretty soon those are going to start dying off, and there's going to be little pockets in there. They're going to become visible now.
100%. And those are a lot of those spots are spots that you haven't been able to shoot or at least been able to see since the spring.
Right. Right.
There could be spots that you always hit early in the spring. Now those spots are going to be open back up because that vegetation is dying off.
Absolutely.
Good point. Very good point.
Also, we've got, college football started. NFL has started. Along with that comes fantasy football.
Yes, absolutely. We have a work-wide fantasy football. We got Wendy in on it this year. That was fantastic. Steph has also joined us, so it's so fun to just talk crap to each other. We got 10 teams, up from 8 last year. It's so cool. Matt, I am jealous of one thing with your fantasy football team. Would you care to tell everybody why and what your fantasy football team name is?
It is Sir Nix-a-Lot.
Sir Nix-a-Lot. Mm-hmm. And that is because?
My quarterback is Bo Nix.
That is such a good name.
Sir Nix-a-Lot.
When I saw you make that name, I was jealous. And your little profile picture is a picture of Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Right.
It is so good. It is so good. I, on the other hand, drafted Saquon Barkley, which surprisingly fell to me late in the first round. We had some change up at the top there. I'm gone in 60 Saquons after the movie. Got to keep it fresh, got to keep it real. I think we're both sitting at 1-1 so far this year.
We are. I beat you the first week, and then you won this past week, and I lost. I do not like my team, by the way.
When I look at mine, I'm just like, what did I... draft night, I was like, oh, my God, how did they let me draft this team? After 2 weeks, I'm like, yeah, I see why they let me draft this team. This is not working out exactly how I want it to.
Made a big difference is adding 2 more teams.
Oh, 100%.
Before we had 8 teams, so there's...
And 8 teams is not a lot. So you had a lot of teams with a lot of good players.
Yes, we lost a lot of receivers, more running backs, more quarterbacks and stuff. It was... It's different, but I'm not happy with my team. I think Sir Nix-a-Lot might barely make the playoffs.
Well, we'll see. That'll be interesting. But to go along with the fantasy football of things, Matt, we're some good old Wisconsin boys, so we got to do a little shout out. How about them Green Bay Packers? Putting a whooping on Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you just played Detroit. Now you got to prepare 4 days later. You got a Thursday night game against the team that in the Eastern Conference. I'm thinking basketball in the NFC last year that played the Eagles in the championship game. The Redskins. Boom! We dominate them Thursday night. 100%. So it's been fun. Micah Parsons.
Oh my God!
Welcome to Green Bay.
Thank you, Dallas.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry Jones. Gift wrap for us.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. It's been cool.
Sorry, Dallas fans.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take that.
Yep. But diving into the bowfishing portion of the podcast, Matt. Today we will be joined by Arkansas bowfisher Parker La Rue.
Yes. What a name. Parker La Rue.
La Rue.
Gosh.
That whole name is just fun to say.
It is.
That is just a fun name to say.
Parker La Rue.
Do you have any words that you like to say? Do you ever have come across a word and you're like, that's a fun word to say?
Right. Yeah, that's one of them.
I love the word. Okay, this is totally off topic, but I love saying the word Adirondack.
Oh, yeah.
I think rendezvous is fun. Renegade. I have all these weird words that whenever I see them, I'm like, that's a cool word.
You know what's else a good one? Schwamigan.
Schwamigan. Exactly. We got all kinds of them here in Wisconsin.
Chequamegon, everybody else says
Chequamegon. Yep, the Chequamegon National Forest. Yeah.
Le Couleret.
Le Couleret.
Yep.
Big, deep, clear lake in northern Wisconsin.
Everybody says Le Court or Alice.
Yes.
But it's Le Couleret.
Le Couleret, exactly. Yeah. Le Vieux Désert.
Lac Vieux.
Yes, all kinds of fun things to say. You can tell that we, haven't talked for a while because, boy, we are just talking about anything and everything. But, yes, anyway, we'll be joined by Arkansas bowfisher Parker La Rue.
Yes.
Parker, along with Lucas Kelly and Jason Striplin, have submitted a bid to host the BAA Worlds in the state of Arkansas. And we will be talking to Parker about that. He's going to make a pitch for us. We did this last year as well. Voting is opening up shortly, so that is a perfect time frame for him to come on and talk to us.
Right, yeah. Voting for the World's Championship will take place the first week of October. And to participate, you must be a current paid member. There will be a link on the Bowfishing Association of America's Facebook page. I'm sure they'll post some links on their website and their Facebook page and other social medias. Yeah. You go there and you vote. The other bid that has been submitted is Virginia.
Yep. There's 2 of them.
So we've got Virginia and Arkansas. We were unable to get Christina Hayden on for the Virginia bid, but we're going to try to get her on before. Maybe we'll do a little podcast here at the end of the month.
A little bonus pod.
To get Christina on there to talk about their bid as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. That'll be cool. Before we continue, Matt, I just want to say a huge shout out to Dale Schofield and Norman Cowhart for doing a great job promoting the sport of bowfishing at the West Virginia DNR celebration of National Hunting and Fishing Days. It was at Stonewall Jackson State Park, and Dale Schofield said, as you know, this is by far our biggest hands-on demo event for head count. Even the local news is checking out all that bowfishing action. So great job to those guys. Great job, fellas, promoting AMS and just the sport of bowfishing. We always say it. promoting the sport. The most important generation is the next one. Expose the youth, expose people who haven't done it to the sport, and pretty soon you've got somebody who might become a lifelong bow fisher, and that is all we can ask for.
Yep.
Growth in the sport.
I asked Dale to send me some pictures from that day when they were doing all that stuff down there, because we sent them some stuff and everything to use there and some extra stuff for some of their gear and stuff and some points and stuff and arrows. So I told him, send me some pictures so I can post them.
Yep.
So he sent me some, and I posted them on our Facebook page there. And one comment that somebody made on there was, I wonder how many people that these two have turned into bow fishing.
100%.
Because Dale and Norman are huge advocates for bow fishing. Their bow fishing is not going out and shooting in tournaments, doing a lot of tournament shooting, filming and stuff like that. Their goal in bow fishing is to go to these type of events and demonstrate bow fishing, talk about bow fishing, talk about the species of fish that we can target, and to let people try gear, see how it works, see what we're doing. Why are we doing it?
Right, exactly. That's a huge one.
We need people like that.
100%. And you see that a lot with people. Like they start out young, they get into the sport, they're just crazy about it. They shoot it. Maybe they shoot tournaments. They're shooting 3-4 nights a week. They go nuts. And as they get older, they get more. They still love the sport, but now they've found the education portion of it being so rewarding to be able to go and do that. And because they know that they could give someone a young kid that same experience that they had growing up, and that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing for people to want to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Moving on, Schmitty, it's big game bow fishing season.
You're darn right
it's
it
here.
Is. You're darn right it is.
Alligator season. I love bow fishing alligators. I wish it was close by so we could do that a little bit more often.
Yep. We're about as opposite as you could be.
Yeah. Yep. But if you have had any success this year, send us some pictures. We'll be glad to talk about your story. If you have a crazy or interesting story, we'd love to hear that. We'd love to have you on the podcast. Maybe you shot a giant 13-footer or something like that.
Yes.
Or you had an exciting experience bow fishing. Send us some gator pics on the Mega Mold Facebook page, Amos Facebook page. Send us some pictures. We'd love to talk about it.
Yeah.
I can remember my first alligator hunting experience was in 2008.
I was 11. Anyway, very cool. Okay.
Yeah, 2008.
How long had you been at AMS at this point, Matt?
That was my second year.
Oh my gosh! Talk about a heck of a. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Because I started in April of 2007.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
So I was here for a year, and Cindy and Jeff said, Matt, we're going down gator hunting. Get the camera gear ready, and you're going to be coming down to film it.
Yep. You had to just be like, holy cow.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And we went down. Jeff Lasara, I remember, was the guide. And we went out, and for somebody from Wisconsin that, we go on our lakes and stuff.
Right.
You don't see critters
little
floating around.
Yeah. Big 8-foot, 10-foot, 12-foot
you don't see
critters.
that, Yeah. I'll never forget. We got all set up and we went out. That was when the hours were like from, a little before sunset to sunrise.
Gotcha.
That was it.
Okay. Yep.
That was it. And I remember driving that was the first time I was on an airboat.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. They had 2 airboats there, and I was filming them from the other airboat, and it was just thrilling, and
had to be a surreal moment.
It was. And to drive on those airboats. And then I remember the first time we went through we're headed right for a big high grass patch, and I'm like, oh boy,
we're about to feel a bump here.
Right in there and stuff, and it was really cool. But I remember coming up, so they have these dikes, and they have wood platforms built specifically for airboats, so they can go from one dike to or one side of the water to a different side of the waterway. Yep. And we drove up on top of that one, and we were sitting there, and it was kind of cloudy out, and it was getting dark, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, there's a gator. 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 They were all just sitting there with their, a little bit of their heads out of the water and stuff.
Eyes glowing, I'm guessing.
A little bit of their nose showing on the other side there and stuff. And no, their eyes weren't glowing yet. You no lights on. It was still light enough to read. See them.
I gotcha. Yep.
And I was like, I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm down here looking at gators in Florida. I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's got to be nuts.
That's
really
gotta
cool.
Be
nuts. That's crazy.
And then as we went on, then it got dark out, And then they used to use headlamps that they could turn the power up on the side and turn it down, dim it.
Sure.
The little dimmer switch on the side there. And they would scan the water, and you can see those little red eyes all over the place. And, the chase was on and stuff. And, we did not use any snatch hooks or any bait or nothing like that down there. It was just strictly try to get on one and shoot them with your bow, and Jeff and Cindy were. So it was a neat trip. They both shot some great gators. It was very hard to film. I remember that because it was dark.
Sure.
And we didn't have lights on. You
right.
tried to be really, really steaky and all that stuff, stealthy and stuff. But one thing that always stuck out on that trip was, Jeff was up, and we were rolling around, and we come up on a pretty good gator, and then they just shut it off, and then we just kind of wait to see where he's going to pop up.
Sure.
And he rolled up not too far away, and it was a kind of, he was facing us, and Jeff shot.
Okay, gator was facing the boat,
Gator
head
was
on.
facing
Okay,
us, yes.
yep.
Jeff took a shot, and the arrow bounced off of it.
Oh my gosh!
Yep, it bounced off of the gator,
Like off of his back, off his head.
I thought it was his back.
Yep.
Okay, but the arrow hit the scoots and it bounced right off the scoots.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Yep.
Later on that night, he ends up shooting a nice gator in a different location.
Nice.
We go back to now. Cindy's up the next night, so we go back into the same area where Jeff had bounced that arrow off that one. She ends up shooting a nice gator. We get in. There's the marks on that gator's forehead from Jeff's arrow.
Really?
You see that where the arrow it hit the scoots, and that's like a hard piece of bone right there.
Yep.
And you can see where it gouged and dug in a little bit into the hide of that gator there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she ended up shooting the gator that Jeff had missed the night before.
Yeah. When you're chasing
cool.
when you're chasing critters that can just deflect arrows, you're chasing something pretty tough.
But man, it was just an amazing trip, and it was a wonderful trip, and something for everybody that likes the bowfish. You need to try it. It's really
a bucket
cool.
list for sure.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
Absolutely.
And just that being said, Matt, we have big game stuff flying out the door right now.
That's crazy.
We have everything you would need for big game bowfishing in stock, ready to rock and roll.
Right.
Place an order. It's going to either ship out today or tomorrow. It's going to get to you fast, get to you soon. So check out your local dealer if they carry some big game stuff. Otherwise, we've got it all available on our website. All of your big game needs. Make sure to check it out. Everything has been, just like you said, Matt, it's been used and tested by us. We shoot, we go down, we test product, we use it, we know what works, we know what doesn't work, we tweak, we change, we advance, and we've got it ready for you guys. So feel free to check that out. One other thing I want to bring up, Matt.
Yeah.
On the website, we have a very limited quantity of this, okay? Because we do not get a lot of returns at AMS Bowfishing or whatever it might be, if the package is damaged, whatever it might be, which is very cool that we don't get a lot of returns. But we do have a small amount of some refurbished stock on our website. If you go to our website and you hover over the shop button, you'll either see a drop down on mobile or you'll see a little graphic that pops up if you're on a computer that says refurbished gear. Click on there. We've got a couple of different things available there for very, very nice pricing, but I will say it's not going to last long because we do not have a ton of it available.
It's gone.
Yes. So make sure you guys check that out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You got some sweet deals down there.
We do have some very sweet deals.
Yes.
Some deals that you're going to see and want to take advantage of. Yes. One other thing, Matt, before we continue. We talked about if anyone had been successful shooting gators, shooting fish, whatever, shoot us a message.
Absolutely.
We are going to start a new segment on the podcast. It's going to be the Bowfishing Buzz Superfan. All right? There we go. The Superfan.
Yeah.
All right. So to submit this, guys, all you've got to do is send us a message on the Megamouth or AMS Facebook or Instagram pages. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you like to shoot, what your biggest fish is. It doesn't need to be everything I'm saying. Just give us a little bit of background behind you, what your favorite part of the podcast is, when you started listening, whatever it might be. And today's Superfan, Matt.
All right. Who is it? Who we got?
Is a fellow Wisconsin native.
Oh.
His name is Casey Lee.
Nice.
He shot our tournament this past year. He's always rocking that black Megamouth hat with the white lettering on it.
Yep.
So here's a little background on Casey. Like I said, we love our fans. We want to talk to you guys. Feel free. We'd love to talk about you on the podcast, so send those to us. We'd love to read them. So this is straight from Casey this morning, all right? Casey says, I was 8 years old when I shot my first fish.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
Shot it with an AMS retriever. Get ready for this. Duct taped to my bow. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Yep.
Nice.
I live in Portage, Wisconsin. I love chasing big fish. They get me excited. As of late, I've grown pretty fond of buffs, but fat bottom commons will always hold a place in my heart. And I will say, Casey's not lying because he's been sending me some pictures lately. Oh, my
Some tankers,
goodness.
huh? Oh.
Send me some pins, brother, because these are some big fish. These are some big fish. My biggest buff is 52 pounds, and my biggest common is 41.3, which he just shot recently this fall.
Wow. There we go.
There are big fish out and about,
yes.
100%. I shoot a Megamouth 2.0, and my 8-year-old son shoots the old reliable AMS bottle reel. I've been listening to the podcast the last couple of years, but have listened to all 108 episodes.
That's awesome.
It is so cool to read that. And my favorite part of the podcast would have to be the fish you wish and hearing all the stories that are shared from the guests and you guys hosting the show.
Nice.
Honestly, you guys do a great show, and I can't think of anything that would make it better. Oh, geez, now he's getting all nice.
Are you going to start shedding the tear over there, Smitty?
I'm going to start crying. I can't think of anything you guys could do to make it any better. You guys are genuine and fun, so just keep up being true to yourselves and your faith, and remember, and yes, I know it sounds cheesy, but everybody, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome to hear from Casey.
Casey Lee, our first spotlight,
our super fan. Absolutely, we love to hear it. That's very cool. So we will continue to be our same goofy selves up here, talk bowfishing, and just continue onward. I think that's cool.
I like that. That was cool.
Yep.
One thing that I like to hear about this stuff is a lot of times we don't hear what people enjoy about the podcast.
Exactly. Yep, I know.
Yep. We don't hear. We can see how many people are listening to it, but we don't get to hear. Right. So if you leave some feedback on there,
we'd love it.
Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you might like to change, or what. But one thing that I think is really cool of what Casey Lee said is be yourself.
100%. Yeah.
Be yourself. We're not up here trying to be somebody that we're not.
No, this is the same exact Matt and Derek that you'd get if we were ice fishing in Minnesota or building reels in the shop. We don't change.
No, right. So I thought that was really cool what he said there because he noticed that.
Yep, 100%.
And I thought that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yep. So thank you to Casey for sending that in to us. And like I said, guys, send them in. We'd love to talk about you on the podcast.
Right. Derek, I mentioned a few podcasts ago that the BAA, they're trying to get a lot of information from the past BAA World Championships. Who the winners were, who hosted those events, and everything like that. They're missing some segments in there from the earlier years. So if you know of who's won some of those, go on their Facebook page and look at some of those. They have everything that what they have right now, they have filled up, but they still need some help on certain areas right there. I knew that Dennis Redden had won a BAA Worlds, but I didn't know what year it was. So I asked Dennis, I says, hey, did you ever win a BAA Worlds? And the next day I got a piece of paper messaged to me. This is what it said. So, Dennis Redden, 2007 BAA Worlds first place, 2008 BAA North-South first place, 2009 BAA North first place, 2009 Campbell's Challenge second place, 2010 Campbell's Challenge first place, 2010 BAA Worlds fifth place, 2011 Campbell's Challenge third place, 2012 AMS Big 20 second place, 2013 AMS Big 30 15th place, 2013 Kentucky State Shoot second, 2014 St. Jude's Total Weight first place, 2014 BAA Worlds third place, 2015 St. Jude's Total Weight third place, 2016 All Out Carp Out first place. Listen to this. In that tournament, they won $26,800.
Oh my God! In the all-out carp out in 2016.
Yes. 2016 Cajun 8 third place. 2017 U.S. Open fourth place. 2019 Muzzy Classic fourth place, and the 2019 Cajun 8 fourth place.
Good Lord!
That's what Dennis sent me.
That's it. He gave you a little bit more information than what you were looking for. Holy cow!
Wow!
Holy moly!
I thought that was kind of interesting right there of what the Dennis has been around a little bit.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yep.
I would say so.
Right.
That's very cool.
And there was someone on there also where Dennis wasn't able to shoot in, but I still considered him AMS,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
he was actually going to be shooting with us in 2016 in the Worlds down there. That's the one that we won.
Yep.
And he couldn't shoot because
he got sick as a dog.
No, the following day. This is when he was doing a lot of guiding yet, and he had guided turkey hunters the next morning.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So he couldn't shoot in that one. But he's been around for a while. So I always like going down by Dennis' place and looking at, because he hangs a lot of pictures up in his little trophy room there. And he's got a pretty darn impressive trophy room.
Yeah.
My gosh.
When you have a stack of shed antlers that's about 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide at the base, you know that's a guy who's done a lot.
Yeah. A full mounted bears.
Yes.
Yes.
There's a mountain lion in there, is there not?
Yeah. All kinds of stuff. It's amazing. I love looking at his stuff. A bunch of African stuff, and everyone was shot with a bow and arrow.
That's crazy.
And I think he saved every arrow because he's got
a bunch of arrows up there, a bunch of bows. Yes,
what this arrow was.
So cool.
It is. It's pretty cool.
That's so cool. That should be something that more people do. I should start doing that. That's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Matt, on to the BAA portion here.
Yes.
The BAA Worlds for 2026. There's 2 bids, like we mentioned: Virginia versus Arkansas.
Right.
Christina Hayden and Justin Cook have put the bid in for Virginia. And here's what they wrote for that bid. This date was strategically selected because mid-July offers some of the most consistent and productive bowfishing conditions across Chesapeake Bay and its connected river systems in both Virginia and Maryland. By this time, hydrilla growth is well established, weather patterns are generally stable, and water clarity is often ideal, creating prime conditions for targeting a wide range of species. Fish activity is at its peak, providing teams with an action-packed experience that showcases the best of Chesapeake Bay bowfishing. In addition to the excitement, this tournament contributes to the important effort of reducing the invasive blue catfish population that threatens the health of our shared waterways. There is truly no better time or place to compete than the Chesapeake in July. We have also been in direct communication with the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, Game and Wildlife, and are proud to have their support in backing this event. They have expressed a willingness to assist with promotion and provide resources to help ensure its success. By opening this tournament to both Virginia and Maryland waters, we not only expand the competitive range for participants, but also create an opportunity for both states to gather valuable data on fish populations. This will provide important feedback on the number of invasive species present and their impact on native fish, furthering ongoing conservation and management efforts in the Chesapeake Bay watershed.
Interesting.
Very well written.
Absolutely.
Christina, Justin, well said. That was very good.
Yep, absolutely.
Very good.
Moving on with the Arkansas bid, like I said, we've got Parker La Rue, Lucas Kelly, and Jason Striplin. Why Arkansas, you may ask? For the past, I don't know how many years, the Arkansas State Bowfishing Championship has been hosted by the Bowfishers of Arkansas in the month of August. Every year, we've seen great big 20 weights ranging from 500 to 700 pounds. That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Taking the win, as well as great numbers from 900 to 1599.
Jeez.
1,599 in one night. Oh, my gosh.
Wow, my arms hurt.
Taking the numbers division. These weights and numbers have stayed consistent for the past several years as well. From big grass carp to abundant dink garp. Dink gar.
That's a gar carp combo, the old garp.
Dink gar. Arkansas is all-around state when it comes to bowfishing competition. We also have several non-explored dams that we know hold big heads for the flashlight hunters. July, August is the best time for stable water levels and the rivers and lakes, as well as a stable time of year for weather. Worlds has not been hosted in the state of Arkansas since the year 1994 on Lake Dardanelle, and we'd love nothing more but to show everyone how much of a bowfishing paradise our state can be instead of a sleeper state many seem to think. Our tournament hosting location could easily hold 200 boats, but our goal is to see if we can at least get 100 for this event.
Very cool. Very cool.
You know, hats off to these individuals for putting bids in.
Yeah, we just talked about this yesterday,
Absolutely.
actually.
Yep. They're not getting paid for this.
Nope.
There's a lot of work involved in setting up these tournaments
100%.
and hosting these tournaments. So hats off to these individuals for stepping up and putting in a bid. Like I said, we were just talking about this yesterday, and you said you're surprised that they get this many bids in.
100%.
You know,
because it's a lot of work.
You bet it is.
It's a lot just from seeing how much work it is for all of us here at AMS to put the tournament together.
Right.
It is really cool that these
Right.
people love and care about the sport enough to be able to put these bids in. So huge hats off.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Schmitty, I think that is it. We're going to take a little commercial break.
Yes.
And then we're going to give Parker La Rue, I love that name.
That's so fun to
Parker
say.
La Rue a call.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA. A color tone adjustable and dimmable light with a unique patented reflector design that puts more light where you need it. Efficiency Bowfishing Lights offer 3 different models: the 65-watt single color economy light, the 65-watt efficiency V2 tricolor dimmable light for maximum efficiency and versatility, and the 130-watt efficiency Maximus, designed to be an all-out beast of a bowfishing light. Efficiency, designed and built by bowfishermen for bowfishermen. Check them out at OutdoorInnovationsUSA.com. Are you looking to elevate your bowfishing brand with stunning design solutions? Look no further than N Designs. Their team of talented designers is dedicated to bringing your vision to life. Whether it's t-shirts, hats, leather products, eye-catching logos, to captivating boat wraps, they have you covered. Plus, with their commitment to excellence and attention to detail, you can trust that your project is in good hands. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose N Designs for extraordinary results. Visit their website today and let's bring your ideas to life. N Designs, where creativity meets excellence.
And welcome back, everybody. Episode 109 of the Bowfishing Buzz podcast. We have a very special individual on the phone with us right now. Parker La Rue is joining us. Parker, how are you doing on this beautiful Wednesday morning?
I'm doing good, guys. How about y'all?
We're doing good. We're filming a podcast, so we're doing great.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And in our intro, Parker, when we were telling our listeners who was going to be on today, we said Parker La Rue going to be hosting the bid for the Worlds. I got to say, I love your name, Parker La Rue.
So fun to say.
It is. That's a great name.
Yes, sir. It's actually French. So a lot of people tell me it's from Cajun. And what's crazy is my dad's side of the family's from Kansas, and my mom's side of the family's from Chicago. So how all that ended up happening, I'm not sure, in the middle of central Arkansas.
Hey,
so.
Wow.
It works, man.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
No,
That's
but we
very
love your name, Parker La Rue. That's great to see that.
So, yeah, Parker, we're just going to dive in here. You've got that bid for the 2026 Worlds. Give our listeners a little bit of background on yourself. Where are you from? Some of your hobbies, how long you've been bowfishing, just a little bit of background.
I got you. I live in Benton, Arkansas, so I'm just south of Little Rock, probably by about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So really, I can be anywhere in Arkansas in 2 or 3 hours for the most part. But I enjoy the outdoors a lot. Do a lot of goose hunting, duck hunting, and deer hunting, of course. And then, obviously bow fishing.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for 9 years now. So
Cool. Very cool.
nice.
And how old are you, Parker?
I am 27.
Gotcha.
So I
Very
started
cool.
when I was just getting into college.
Cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite questions to ask when we have people calling is, how did you get started in bow fishing? Who introduced you to the sport?
Well, I actually met a friend in college, and he actually asked me to go out. And, everybody always says it starts out crazy, but, I never thought that bow fishing was a real thing until I actually went. And he actually had a 12-foot by 48 flat bottom boat with a little bitty trolling motor on the front. And we used to play what you'd call baseball, and it'd be 3 strikes and you were out. We only had one bow. So we would switch back and forth throughout the night. But it actually took me 3 trips to even kill my first fish. So it took me a little while to get going. But
That's cool. That's funny. In
I've
college,
never heard of that.
We
That's
cannot.
interesting.
Nope. Don't. I see where your head is going. We are not playing baseball when we shoot because there'll be too many strikeouts on my side of things.
it's a lot easier when everybody has their own bow, for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's funny. That's cool. And such a similar story. Somebody goes out with someone, they witness the sport, they love it, and all of a sudden it turns into a lifelong obsession and hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I went from being in a 12-48 flat bottom to now we run around in an airboat all the time. So it's crazy how things change over the years.
That
the
crazy.
progression. Yep.
Just curious, Parker. So you had the small 12-foot boat. Now you've got the airboat. Did you progress up from that 12-foot, or did you just jump right to the airboat, or did you get like another bigger boat with a trolling motor or a fan before the airboat?
He had the 12-48, and then I actually went and bought a 14-36.
Okay.
Which was even worse when it came to it because it was more narrow. But then I upgraded from there, and I ended up getting me a duck boat that I had because I couldn't just make up my mind whether I wanted to duck hunt or whether I wanted to bow fish. And so I kind of did a little bit of everything.
Nice.
then eventually I ordered me a Uncle J custom out of Louisiana, Uncle J boat, and he built me a 1860 fan rig.
Okay.
I ran it for a little while, and then I finally just made my mind up that I got tired of chasing ducks and all of that, and I'd rather chase fish. So I broke down and I bought me a Phoenix airboat a few years ago.
Nice.
And I ended up just selling it, and I've got a new one coming on the way. So.
Wow, very nice.
Wow,
well, that's awesome. That's
good
very cool. Yep.
See, isn't that crazy how
it is wild.
You get this boat, then you get this boat, then you get this boat.
Yep.
You know?
And then pretty soon you've got your dream rig that you dreamed about when you were 18, and now you're older and you've got it. And that's so cool.
It is
cool.
neat.
Yep. Well, I got my first airboat, and it was kind of I'll call it a cookie cutter ordeal. I didn't really know what I wanted, so I just ordered what everybody else had. And now on this new one, we're going a little more custom.
Nice.
Hopefully it'll be exactly everything I want.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's
good
very
for you.
cool.
Good for you.
Yep. So, Parker, you, along with Lucas Kelly and Jason Striplin, decided to put a bid in to host the 2026 BAA Worlds in Arkansas. What made you guys want to do that?
It all kind of started the previous year. Everybody wanted us to submit a bid for 2025 this year, and the timing of all of it kind of happened in early August, late July, when people started asking me about that, which we only had a few weeks to throw together a bid for that. And we also host our big, I'm actually the president of the Bowfishers of Arkansas here, and we host our big Arkansas State Championship generally mid to end August. And so on top of all of that, putting a bid in and everything, we just didn't want to tackle it that year. So
makes sense.
We just figured we'd work on it this year, and we got a few details lined out, and then we had our board meeting and our membership meeting in February that we have every year, and decided we were going to place a bid and kind of got the details rolling.
Very
That's
nice.
Cool. You waited, got all your ducks in a row, and now you're ready to rock and roll for 26.
You didn't rush into it. I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
100%.
No, I've had the bid together probably since March or April, so it was just kind of waiting on the timing of everything to get in, and
very nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of time to think about it and finalize some details on it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So Parker, are you able to give us a little bit of a rundown on like some of the waters that are going to be available to the shooters? Is it a statewide shoot, or do you have just certain lakes and rivers picked out, or what are the boundaries kind of for your bid?
Well, as y'all guys know, the world's bid has changed several times over the past few years, and there's been a bunch of conversations about different ways to do things and what people like and what people don't like. And so we just kind of decided that, if you're going to host a world championship in a certain state, we really feel that it should be in that state. So how we're going to do it is we're going to make it where it's Arkansas license applicable.
Okay.
So that way, as long as you can fish whatever body of water that you're on legally with an Arkansas fishing license, then you're good to go.
Nice.
And we'll even take that as far as saying that as long as you can fish the water that you're launching in legally with an Arkansas license, that you're good as well. Because there are some other places on the borderline, some lakes and some rivers that may not be launching in Arkansas, but you can immediately start fishing those waters with an Arkansas license because it's a shared body of water.
All right.
Gotcha. That's very good to know.
Absolutely.
That's good to know. Well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most important things when it comes to tournaments is the location that you'll be hosting out of. That being said, where will that hosting location be at, Parker?
So our plan is to do it out of the Saline Canyon Fairgrounds here. It's actually about 10 minutes down the road from my house, so it'll make it real easy for me and Jason and Lucas throughout the week to set everything up and be close by for anything that needs to be handled. Our backup location is going to end up being the Garland County Fairgrounds, which is towards Hot Springs, Arkansas, which just isn't too far away from here. But both locations have huge parking lots, so, enough to accommodate 100 plus boats. Hopefully, that's our goal. And multiple indoor areas for sponsors and booths and anything we need to do to set up.
Nice.
So,
I when we had our AMS Big 20 tournaments the past 11 years, they've all been at a fairgrounds.
Yep.
Like you said, Parker, the parking is there. The indoor pavilions are there for us to use. And I like that that's a location that you kind of picked to host an event like this here because it works great for parking. The pavilions, you can hold large crowds there. Nice job on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely big enough that if we needed to, we could hold 200 boats there for the tournament as well. So, and that's the deal. It's just having enough parking and then you've got enough area for people when they're doing weigh in to step out of the line and count their fish or weigh their fish, before they get their final weight. And then, have enough room for fish disposal to be set up as well. So.
Absolutely.
You can never have too much room.
No.
When it comes to these
you cannot.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. So, Parker, for the numbers teams, what can they expect coming to Arkansas to bowfish?
Well, the cool thing about Arkansas is that we have so many different regions in Arkansas. We have flatlands, we have mountains, and all of that. I know, of course, we're not all fishing that, but with those terrains provides different types of water. There's several rivers to choose from across the state as well as lakes, and they all have their own unique things. We have things from oxbow lakes, clearwater lakes, bigger rivers, smaller rivers. There's several places below dams that have been coming up here these past few years with our tournaments that we run. But basically for numbers, we've based everything for Arky Worlds based off of our success with Arkansas State Championship for the past 3 years. So on the number side of things, from the past 3 years that I've hosted it, we've seen anywhere from 900 winning the tournament to 1,599.
One fish away from 1,600.
Yes, wow. That was, I think that was 2021, and it was Brandon and Craig.
Wow.
And Josh York and Tyler Bowles, I think, is who did that Team Natural Disaster.
Yes.
Crazy. Crazy.
Wow. That's
very cool.
Impressive.
But numbers has changed over the past few years, honestly. Years ago, a lot of guys used to come in with a bunch of dink gar, shooting mud flats, and now a lot of these guys are coming in with soft fish. They're coming in with a lot of smaller buffalo, and you really never know what's going to show up until Saturday morning or Sunday morning, but until it happens.
Yeah.
Sounds like the numbers guys could be very busy.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and that's what they want to be, is
Absolutely.
busy. 100%. Right. So, Parker, let me flip that question. What can the Big 20 teams expect down there in Arkansas?
Well, once again, I'll go back to our success with the state championship in the past few years. When I first started, it was 400 or 500 pounds would win it. And then just recently, these past few years, it's taken around 700 pounds to win the state tournament. So they're normally consistent of grass carp, but we actually had a guy show up to our state shoot this year. His name was Garrett Yates. I think he won the U.S. Open with Plug Uglies, but he showed up and he actually shot big heads. And they killed around 670 pounds of big heads with a 2-man and a smaller troller boat. So that was a nice little surprise.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm sure you've kind of heard all the stuff about the big heads. You're going to, to me, I always say they're an invasive fish. Why put limits on an invasive fish for tournaments?
Right.
I'm sure you've heard all the stuff, from the past tournaments, the worlds and stuff like that there about the big head hunters. Are you going to put anything out there for them or anything like that, Parker?
The way that I feel about it is, and this goes as far as sports more than just bow fishing, but times have changed. And there are new ways to kill these fish. There's new ways to find them. There's new ways, across the board that, I don't see any reason to limit them. And then the reason I say that is taking it back to big heads takes it back to make it a fair game for everybody. For years, the airboats came in and had the upper advantage, and I run an airboat myself, so this is coming from me. But we have a sportsman's class within our group, and we have a non-airboat class that we do.
Okay.
And we've received a lot of participation out of these guys. But what this does is, to me, is it makes it fair for everybody, and it makes the competition stiffer, bringing the big heads in, because it's easier to get into the sport with those. You don't have to have the big fancy airboat or the big fancy, fan rig or kicker rig. You can go out with a flashlight, and I don't know anything about big heads, so y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but you can go out with a flashlight and a trolling motor, and you can figure it out. It evens the playing field for the guys that aren't out in the big fancy boats, for sure.
Yeah. That's very. I love your point of view on that. That's
very
wonderful.
Insightful.
Yes,
lots of different points of view that you highlighted there.
But one thing I wanted to ask you, Parker. So was this past season the first time that somebody came in with big heads, or did some come in the years past with a couple here and there, or was just boom all of a sudden here it was big heads?
We've had some guys come in with some before, but it's never been 20 of them. You know,
Okay.
we know that in the state of Arkansas that there are big heads, but I don't say that to scare anybody
Right.
from coming and competing, because we have the grass carp as well. And we have the grass carp that can compete with the big heads. You know, you can look at U.S. Open this year. Arkansas waters were accessible within that. And look at the results from there and the results from several of our Arky State shoots that we've had. But I don't know. Everybody in Arkansas doesn't participate in the big head shooting as like everybody in Kentucky does, or in several of the other states. So the territories for big heads in Arkansas are really unknown.
Sure.
We know that we have them here, but we don't know to what extent that we have them here.
That's interesting.
Untapped potential.
I mean, just
Yes,
think of
very untapped potential.
Yes, and just think of what could be learned
Yeah, 100%.
the day of weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep, absolutely.
So Parker, you guys submitted July 24th. That is a Friday night. I love it. But why did you guys decide to go with the Friday night tournament?
Honestly, it seems to be a little bit of the new trend for a Friday night tournament. The biggest thing that I'll say about it is the tournaments over the years have progressed to be more scouting, more competitive, and way more involved. That, to me, it comes down to a safety ordeal. A lot of these guys are traveling from out of state.
Yep.
And some of them are driving 5 hours, 6, 10, you know, you never know. And to me, it's a safety thing for them. You know, it makes it where come Sunday morning, they're not pressured to, oh my gosh, we've got to hurry up and get back. We've got to get back to work on Monday, or, you know, feeling that pressure. They can come in and relax and know that it's Saturday, and they can either stay the night in the hotel again, drive back on Sunday, or they can split their drive if they need to. You know, to me, it just kind of comes down to a safety ordeal for sure.
Yep. I love that. I think that's wonderful. And like you said, it's a trend that, you know, this year was on a Friday, and the feedback was great. Everybody liked that a lot that I talked to. So I think that's really cool.
Well, I think if you don't have a plan or a tournament planned out, you know, it's kind of hard to do a Friday night. But with something that we'll all know an answer to in October, and it gives everybody plenty of time to, you know, put their vacation in and everything, it'll be better. And the other thing is too is, you know, one thing I'd like to say is these guys that come to these tournaments and win these tournaments, you know, they deserve the recognition for it. And I think by having a tournament on a Friday night, you end up having more people stick around for weigh-in on the following day because of the reasons I just stated.
Right.
Because it does take a lot to participate and win one of these. And so
very nice.
I always feel the more people you have that weigh in, the better it is.
I like that.
It sounds... Parker, you can tell that you've thought about this for a long time. Just all of your answers here are very well thought out. They make great points. That's very cool. Hats off to you for that. Another question I've got for you. I
appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. One more question I have for you. What will the entry fee be if you were to win the bid for the 2026 World's Tournament?
So the entry fee is going to be $450. How we're going to split that up is $200 of that is going to go to numbers. $200 of that is going to go to Big 20, and then we're going to do $25 for big fish, and then $25 for smallest gar. So one thing that I've done with the Arkansas State Championship is I always feel like the numbers guys get left out of the side pot, and so we've always done an extra smallest gar on the side pot to kind of have something for them as well.
Absolutely.
Just like they have big fish for the Big 20 guys. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
Very nice. So I think it's really cool that you are the president of the Arkansas Bowfishers. That's really cool. You guys didn't rush into this last year. You took the time. You said, "Hey, let's get this figured out first. Let's get locations figured out. Let's get some rules and stuff figured out first." I think that's wonderful. I think that's great.
Honestly, when I took over the organization 3 years ago, the biggest thing that I've noticed is that your different state organizations across the U.S. have started to go down. The participation has started to go down. and there's not as many tournaments anymore. And so one thing that I did is our organization was going down, and the reason I took it over is because I didn't want Arkansas to be a state in which we didn't have bow fishing tournaments. So I took it over, formed a board of guys. I'm very thankful for everybody that's helped me get to where we are today. And that's the biggest reason, like you said earlier, having the thought process behind everything is we've grown this organization into a lot more than we ever thought it would be. And we're hoping to keep growing. And we really felt Worlds was the next step for that.
Very cool. I love it. I love it. So Parker, the last time that the BAA Worlds was held in Kentucky was 1994.
Let's go Arkansas instead of Kentucky.
Oh my gosh! Sorry about that.
He's
Arkansas.
got a big head on the brain.
There it is. He's got that big head fever. It's affecting him.
But it was in Arkansas in 1994. That's the last time it was there. So right now,
yes, sir. It was actually 94 and 95. I think it was both on Lake Dardanelle.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Cool.
Very cool. So Parker, the stage is yours. You got all these listeners right here now. Why should the people vote for Arkansas to win the bid for the Worlds for 2026 Worlds?
The biggest thing that I'll say is that we have organized this tournament solely based on our success with the Bowfishers of Arkansas and as well as Arky State over the past several years. This won't be a typical World shoot that's been in the past. We plan to orchestrate things differently, just like we do at Arkansas State, and even doing more things within Arkansas Worlds just because of the growing of the sponsors and everything else coming in. Honestly, our goal for this tournament is to host the best Worlds that there's ever been. And with the BOA organization's growth, we went from when I started, we had 20-something members, to now we have 118 members on our third year. And we actually had a total of 34 boats at our Arkansas State shoot this year. So it was great to go from, 15 to, I think last year we had 24 and now up to 34. So awesome. We're really hoping that all of these guys within our organization and with everybody that showed up to Arkansas State that knows what Arkansas has to offer as far as numbers and as far as Big 20 and as far as competitiveness will really show up in October and vote. I'm not for sure on this fact, but I'm pretty close. But I think there are several competitors in Arkansas that are world champions. And showing up to a Forsyth club shoot in the state of Arkansas is one of the only places that you can consistently show up and actually compete against world champions. And so Arkansas is definitely a state to be reckoned with. And I think it's kind of been slept on for the past 30 years, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was very excited when I saw the bid for Arkansas. Right. I'm like,
something different.
I like that. Yep. I had never been to Arkansas bowfishing before. Right. I've been there, but not to bowfish. I think it would be a great place to go bowfishing.
Yeah, especially if some of these weights roll in, Saturday morning, and people all around the United States see these weights. Well, all of a sudden, Arkansas might be a little bit more of a destination's place to go shoot some fish.
I believe
it for sure needs to be put on the map. The biggest thing that comes to all the weights and all the numbers is very dependent on water levels, and granted, that's for anywhere you go, but Arkansas definitely has the potential to not be a sleeper state anymore after 2026 if we were to win the bid.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, Parker, thank you so much for joining us here on the Bowfishing Buzz podcast to talk about your bid. And I don't want to leave out your buddies there, Jason Striplin and Lucas Kelly, because I'm sure they got a big hand in this along with you as well. So we don't want to leave those guys out.
They're great guys.
Yep, so that's awesome. And thank you from the bowfishing community for putting a bid in to give the Worlds a location to come to vote on, and for thinking about everything. It was awesome, and everything that you were talking about sounds like it's going to be a wonderful event. We might have to come down there for that if you guys win the bid and set up as a vendor.
We'd love to have you.
Cool, very awesome. So Parker, once again, thank you so much for joining us here, and
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
If you need any help or have any questions, don't feel afraid to reach out to us. We're here to help you. So best of luck moving forward, Parker.
All right. Best of luck to you guys as well, and I appreciate y'all's time having me on here.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Parker.
All right. See ya.
Bye-bye. Very nice.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
Well thought out. You can tell that he's had this in his the three of them have thought about this for a long time. I think one of the best things that they did was not rush that bid last year.
That's huge.
Huge. Now you've got an extra year to figure out all the little details. That's really cool. One of the things that stuck out to me, Matt, he said his goal was to make it the best Worlds that has ever been. That's really cool. That's a guy who's aiming for the stars. That's really neat to see. He's been growing the club there in Arkansas.
Absolutely.
Sounds like he's really an advocate of growing the bowfishing community. That's going to be a tough bid to beat right there. That was really cool. Heck of a pitch there by Parker.
And like I said, we're going to try to get Christina Hayden on here so she can put her words
her 2 cents in here, and everybody can hear it from both sides. Yeah,
absolutely. But thanks again to Parker for joining us here. It helps us out so much here, Derek, on the Bowfishing Buzz. I've never met Parker in my life.
No, me neither.
And I messaged him last week and say, hey, would you like to be on the podcast? He said, oh, absolutely, I would love to. That makes it so nice for us and for him to join us during the midweek. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday at 11:54. Yeah.
So that's wonderful that he joined us and took his time out to join us on that. So I'm looking forward to that. Arkansas, Schmitty.
Yeah.
Would you like to go to Arkansas?
That would be cool. Absolutely.
I think the BAA state record for grass carp is 79 or 78 pounds.
Okay.
That's a good grassy.
Oh, heck yeah. That is a good grassy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Absolutely. One thing going forward, Matt, this does not have to do with the BAA World. It's just a little plug that we like to put in here, and I would just like to talk about it a little bit more right now.
Okay.
You and I, when we're not talking to somebody on the phone or we're not doing some sales things or graphics, you're doing your video editing, I'm dealing with whatever I'm dealing with, we're in the shop building parts, AMS, Megamouth parts, and we take immense pride in assembling those products, machining those products. They're made right here in the shop.
Yep.
We assemble them, we package them, we ship them. We do it all right here.
Right.
We do it right in the USA. We just especially in times now with everything going on, being made in the USA is something that we've stood on as a principle for a long time. That was Jeff and Cindy. They wanted that from day one, and we've stuck to it. So I just want to pat ourselves on the back a little bit, to be honest with you, just because I think that's a really important thing. And maybe some listeners don't know that is something that we have been pounding home for years. We want to keep it right here, machine it on our machines, assemble it with working hands of American people. And it's just it's been fun. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yep. My nephew stopped in last week. Oh, he says, I just wanted to see where you work.
Yeah.
So I gave him a little tour.
Sure.
Took him in the back, and I was showing all the parts that they were making back there on the machines, and he goes, you guys make these here? The transmissions, the gears.
And just for everybody that knows, can we do a little side story of the transmission? Just a short little one.
Sure.
Okay, we have Hanwha lathes in the back that machine brass, stainless, aluminum, whatever it might be. The genius designer behind the Megamouth reel, Tim Marinas. All right. He was messaging the machining company that makes our Hanwha lathes about a part that he wanted to make, specifically the transmission in the Megamouth reel. If you guys have ever seen the inside of a Megamouth or taken yours apart, you will notice that transmission is a very complex part. Yes. You have gearing radiuses and diameters that have to be within a thou of, the plus minus is nothing at all.
Which is unheard of.
The machining company said, no, you can't make that on these machines.
Yep.
Tim said, watch me. He said, watch me. I'm going to do it. And he freaking did it.
And he did it.
The machining company told us that it was not possible to do. Tim figured it out. And that base design, it has been tweaked and improved since day one. But that is the transmission made out of high-grade stainless steel. We harden it now. And we do it all right here.
Yep.
Right here.
Very good stories. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Schmitty.
Oh, boy.
It's time for...
Let's get ready to rumble!
Get ready for fish that you wish. This fish comes to us from the state that holds the World's Championship duck calling contest.
Ooh.
This state also has over 600,000 acres of lakes and over 9,700 miles of streams and rivers. The birthplace of Walmart. Sam Walton opened the first Walmart store in the state back in 1962.
Wow.
I'm talking the Razorback State of Arkansas.
I knew it.
This fish was shot August 6, 2021 by Buck Horton. With a length of 66 inches, this long-nosed gar yanked the scale at an impressive 37.8 pounds, making it the BAA Arkansas state record.
Wow.
Buck Horton. Another name!
I was just thinking that. Like, what an amazing name. These Arkansas guys. We got Parker La Rue and Buck Horton. God, that's good.
Holy cow.
Jeez. Here we are. Derek Schmidt, Matt Schillinger. Come on. We got to
know.
get a little bit more creative.
Hey, Matthew.
Yeah, my name's Matt. I'm Derek.
Buck.
That sounds like a guy with a record.
Horton. Buck Horton.
If I hear that name, I'm thinking that dude shoots big fish right there. 100%.
Oh, my gosh. That's cool.
And that is a fish you wish you shot. Very cool. Very cool from the Razorback State.
Schmitty. Episode 109 of the Bowfishing Buzz, brought to you by AMS Bowfishing and
Mega Mouth Bowfishing as well. We have our fantastic sponsors, Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA.
Yes, sir.
N Designs Leatherwork and Embroidery. Thank you for sponsoring the pod. Matt, that felt like 10 minutes.
I think it was almost an hour.
We were sitting right around an hour, and it felt like we were up here for 10 minutes.
Woo-wee.
Time flies when you're having fun.
We have so much fun talking to you guys. We love it.
Yep.
Don't forget about the fan.
Send us some info, guys. We want to talk about you on the next episode.
Right.
We do. We really do.
Schmitty.
Yeah.
Schmitty, I want to tell everybody else this right now.
Okay.
Keep checking.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
What do you want to tell them, Schmitty? What do you want to tell everybody?
Everybody, just keep an eye out on the Megamouth social media channels. Okay? I'm just going to put that out there. There might be some things that you are going to want to see moving forward through this fall.
Ooh.
I'm trying to stay calm and composed. There's something exciting in the works here that, just keep an eye out on our social media channels.
Yeah, I know you want to say more.
I want to say more, but I can't. I can't.
All right, so that's going to wrap up episode 109 here, the Bowfishing Buzz. Thank you so much for listening. And from all of us here at AMS Bowfishing and Megamouth Bowfishing, remember, aim low.
Think big. Thanks for listening, guys.